Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going? Happy Monday, November 21st, 2022. For those that don't know, this is Rick. I imagine you all know. Hey, Maureen, Julie, how you ladies doing? John, Joe, how you doing over there? Mike, how's everything going? I hope well. I truly hope well. Okay, hey, this is a short week. I'm speaking for Hit and Run Candlesticks and Right Way Options. Wednesday, the room will be open, but we may be a little not so here. It depends how the market's going. Probably in the morning, might not be in the afternoon. Thursday, market's closed. The room will be closed. Friday, the room will be open. Yeah, maybe not here. Like I said, the room will be open, but enjoy some time off. Enjoy some holiday time. That's one of the beauties of stock trading. You get to control your hours. So take a little control, take a little rest, prop your feet up, take some deep breaths, because now is about the time we want to start getting ready for next year. Any things we need to change, any plans, any updates, this is a perfect time. Rather than, the first of the year, rather than saying, hey, I'm going to run for 10 miles or bike for 10 miles or I'm going to diet for 10 months. And the majority of the people, that really doesn't last. So let's do something that's lasting and make some good plans in trading. How's that? Okay, you can see that you can probably tell that I'm one of those people that's never lasting. Good intentions, but never lasting. Okay, so what do we have here? First thing, look, the market's still in a bearish trend, okay? Market is still very much in a bearish trend. The SPY is. Let me say that. The SPY is. Let's look at the diamonds. Take a look at the diamonds. Try that again. Take a look at the diamonds. As far as I'm concerned, the diamonds are not in a bear trend. If this was the bear trend that we all got excited about, which I truly get. If that's the bear trend that we all got excited about, well, you have to be excited that we're above it now. So enough of this bearish crap until we go below that, and then let's bring that bearish crap back in here, okay? But until we go below, this trend is bullish. Take a look at the SPY. Not so much. I'm afraid the bears still have total control of the longer term on the SPY. However, maybe not a however, maybe we're getting close to testing that. We really don't know how or what the outcome is going to be. I doubt we're just going to pop right above there. We may dance around a little bit and then, peek our head through there a little bit. So we'll be watching that very, very, very closely to see if the SPY can do what the diamonds have done, pulled above that downtrend line and tell it to take a hike. So far, the diamonds has said to that downtrend line, take a hike, but it doesn't mean it can't stay that way, okay? So let's keep that in mind. All righty. Boom. What do I want to do? Let's look at a few charts. I want to start with Tesla. I had 4 emails this weekend. 4 emails asking me about Tesla. And the 4 emails were all about, is it time to buy it? Each one of them, all 4. And absolutely not. Look, I say absolutely not because it's not the way I'm going to look at it. So I'm going to pick on you, Bob, just because you're the last person here. So say Bob says, hey, I want to buy Tesla around this area. Well, great, Bob, you go for it. But some things we don't know about Bob, and see, these are things that those 4 emails I received this weekend never told me this answer. The question was simply, is it time to buy Tesla? Well, if you have a lot of birthdays left in your life, sure, buy it. It might be the bottom. I mean, if you think Tesla is going to go back to some of these tops, which it can, I'm not saying it can't at all. It absolutely can. But if you want to buy Tesla here, just make sure you have some birthdays ahead of you. Okay? If you're 90 years old, you know, you might not want to buy Tesla down here. I'm sorry, but it's the way it is. You just might not want to. So I'm going to bring something over here. Boom. Take a look at this. Principle number 2. Do not let this principle get away from you. Trade in the direction the chart being considered. Okay? So, is Tesla a buy here? Absolutely not. It's still in a downtrend. Let me move this away. There we go. So, when will Tesla be a buy? Well, I can't say it'll guaranteed be a buy, but I'll tell you what, it'll sure get me interested if Tesla was to do something like this right here. Maybe today, which I'm not going to bet on it. But if we go from there to a high, to a higher low, to a higher high, that's what I'll be looking for. And this can happen here. This can happen down at 138. It can happen down at $100. I want to look for a trend change. I want to look for this downtrend to be an uptrend. So, like I said, you know, if you're 30 years old and you've got a lot of birthdays ahead of you, well, you know what? Tesla just might be a buy here. And be prepared to add more to it when it goes down. Because right now the trend is pointing to the downside. So there is no earthly reason to look at charts if you're a short-term swing trader, and that's what we are here, short-term swing trading, unless we have this trend going. And that's what we want to look for. We want to look for that trend. Okay, so for those, and 2 people are in the room. For those that asked about Tesla, no, it's not a buy. Do I think it can get up here? Absolutely someday. Sure, why not? But not today. If I look at Tesla, let's look at the weekly here. Holy cow. To me, there looks like a whole ton of room to come back. If we just put a 50%, say from that low, well, that's not going to work out quite right the way that works, is it? Let's try like this. Still, that's not going to work out. Never works out that way. I look at the distance from this low and this high, and that looks about half right there, around $75. So let's be patient on Tesla. Let's be patient, okay? All right, let's take a look at GRW. Here we go, GRW. We've put in a pretty decent bottom here. I kind of like that little bottom. Big bullish engulf to kick us off. We've got a high, we've got a higher low, we've got a nice gap. Boom, rally up big time. Now we've pulled back. I want to stop for a second. Any charts we look at are not necessarily meant to be bought right this minute, not meant to be bought today. They are meant to be put on your watch list, and if you like them based on your rules, then maybe you can take a look at them, okay? Targets to the upside, about 7, about 9, about 10. I'm going to wait for that setup. The setup I'm going to wait for is, everybody knows what it is. 3/8 trap, 3/8 trap breakout, a breakout over these highs, bounce off the 17, which usually ends up being a 3/8 trap. Bottom line, I'm going to look for an entry point in this area. And you know what? I need to change that word look. I'm not going to look for anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let live trading alerts carry the load for me. Absolutely carry the load. So I'm going to put this on a watch list. If I see it starting to make a new high movement in today's candle, then I'm going to go look at it. I don't want to carry the load myself. So I'm going to let live trading alerts carry the load. And I'm going to wait for it to set up. Let's take a look at DDD. DDD, pretty decent bottom. Let's throw this in here. I'm going to call that a double bottom. For those that dig triple bottoms, you can call that a triple bottom. You've got a great little morning star here. Big pop to the upside. Fuel. What in the world made it go like that? Who knows, right? I do know it was buyers. It can't do that without buyers. Now we've pulled back to the trend indicator here, to the T-line area. I'm going to start shopping for a buy signal. Buy signal, honestly, is anywhere in this area. Now, members, you'll get alerted on your app if we choose to buy it. If I see it moving, I might just post it in the app that it's moving, even though I don't necessarily buy it. But you will be alerted. You know, we send out alerts when things like this happen. So we're going to wait for that prime setup. If 113 is the target up here, the big target, I don't need to rush in. One of the biggest mistakes I think a lot of traders make, and one of the biggest changes I think a trader could make for the new year, is be patient and wait for the setup. Wait until Nancy and Bob and Mai and JW and Thomas, Maureen and Julie buy this. Don't be the first one. Let somebody else be the first one. Let's wait for that candle. Wait for the candle that says the buyers are there. Apple, look, it's whether it's a good fact or whether it's a bad fact, I don't know. You know, that's to each his own. Apple's a big dog. The way Apple goes, that kind of way the market might go. At least the market might bend toward Apple a little bit. So keep an eye on Apple. Right now, I've got Apple being bullish. We have a double bottom. We've got a nice gap up. Run up to resistance. Pull back. Wow. That's what should happen. Pulled right back to the trend indicator. It's still following our trend. I'm bullish on Apple until I'm not. Nike, bullish on Nike till I'm not. And it's a simple, right there. We put it right on the chart. Those that have TC2000 or any other program that you can do something like this, put those green dots up there, and do it. I think that is such a plus. And then just throw a line up there and extend it. Some programs you might be able to extend it. TC2000 you can't, so I have to just draw it. Long as we stay in that trend, we're golden. The trend is a trend. Trade the trend. Big target up here of 123, and then we'll worry about anything above that if it makes it up there. We could have a very nice cup forming in Nike. FSM, we got FSM. Beautiful trend here, right? If you feel like you've got to draw trend lines on, which I wouldn't do that low. If you feel like you have to draw trend lines, you know, all over the place, then draw them. Draw them wherever you draw them. Right there. Beautiful trend. Wait for the setup. Where is it right here? Principle number 4. Wait for the entry. If you do not know what the entry is, then that's what both hit and run candlesticks and right way options will help you with. If you don't know, you've got to ask. Don't assume that we know that you know. We're not mind readers. We can't read your mind. We already talked about Tesla. Nike. I kind of like Nike here. A little bit of a bottom constructed. We're right here at this, excuse me, we're right at this high here. One could look at this and say we've got a bullish W pattern in there, kind of sloppy, but it's there. So bullish W pattern in there. Here we've broken out. There's our trend up. Now just wait for the setup. If you have the app, if I see this popping and hopping, I'll send it out on alert. That's all I got today, folks. That's about it. And what we do, about a 14-minute here, so alrighty. So hope to see everybody here later in the trading room in about 25 minutes. I'll be right back. Remember, this is going to be a short week that could affect trading, so be cautious. You guys take care. See you in a few.